Drop the beat.
Hello. Good morning, good night, good evening, happy days. It's the one and only Mike Bell, and I wanted to talk about works in progress. Okay, so in June of 2016, I decided I wanted to start a podcast. Originally, I wanted the podcast to be about pop culture and different topics and issues that we deal with. I'm going to turn off the monitoring here because I hear me in my headphones and it's very annoying. Alright, so yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to do this podcast in a way to help younger artists, help DJs, help creators, help anybody, local people that don't have that exposure. Again, I'm still starting off, so I need the exposure as well. But I feel like when you work with other people, you can help each other get that exposure. So I started Works in Progress, and it was originally supposed to be about pop culture, like I mentioned, but the producer of the show at the time, my good friend Austin, that works at Complex, thought it'd be a better idea to talk about something that I know. And of course, that's wrestling and something different. Now, there's a million wrestling podcasts. Okay, million wrestling podcasts. He had a good idea to try to create something different, meaning relate wrestling storylines into real life situations, and that's not exactly easy, because anybody that watches wrestling knows that most of the stuff that happens is not realistic for the most part. It's not supposed to be. It's entertainment. Alright, so fast forward about a year. I'm not happy with the direction of the podcast, and I felt like I needed help. I needed help doing it. I was doing everything. I was editing the videos. Well, this was before we even had video, but I was, editing the show, coming up with content for the show, and it's very hard to have a conversation with yourself sometimes, especially when, you would like a second opinion on certain things, Anyway, so I enlisted the help of my good friends Chrissy and Lewis, both of whom I've known for the better part of 10 years, more than 10 years now at this point. So we did that. People started listening more, and we weren't really able to capitalize on it because there was so much other stuff and so many things in the way. As you can see, the quality's probably better because I'm recording on a better video camera now. That's a portion of the show that I wanted to add. We started adding a little bit of that, but via Skype. Now, the reason we did that is because we had no place to record. When we recorded the show, everybody was meeting up and everything like that, and it was hard. I live in Canarsie, Brooklyn. Okay, Lewis lives in another part of Brooklyn that's on the other side, and same thing with Chrissy. So it's a little bit difficult to get to everyone. So we thought we had kind of a common ground place to meet, but it really wasn't. Especially for me, because I'm in Canarsie, but I didn't really mind too much. I wanted the show to work. So anyway, stuff happened behind the scenes, between me and Chrissy. Me and Lewis didn't really have any issues, but I can tell Lewis didn't really want to deal with, some of the behind the scenes drama, and Lewis was doing his own thing. Chrissy's doing her own thing now also, and we're good. Like, we ain't got no problems. It's just, best friends argue. It happens. Anyway, and I found myself in a situation where I'm doing this again by myself. Like, I do thank the guests that have come on. Especially my homegirl Selena. Thank you for coming on. Alika Cray. Shout out to you. That was a great episode that we did. Great two-parter that we did. Ty Wiz, Kev. A lot of people have come on and helped, and I really do appreciate it. King V goes without saying, but me and him do other things, video related, with wrestling and stuff like that. So, anyway, so where do I go with works in progress going forward? I would like to have Chrissy and Lewis back on the show, but I don't know if that is possible at this point. I actually would call Chrissy right now and ask her if she still wants to do the show. If I could at least get Chrissy on the show, and no offense to Lewis, but I know he has his own things that he's working on, and he's welcome to be a part of the show as like a guest or something like that. But I would like Chrissy to be a part of it, just because it's very interesting to have a independent black queen on the show. It's very important to me to have a female on the show, especially with the topics that I would like to cover. And that's another thing. I want to cover a lot of different topics. People ask me, what is works in progress? Like, what is the podcast about? I can't give you one solid answer. It's about music, but then it's also about news, and then you can also say it's about music news. It's about hip hop artists. It's about R&B artists. It's about DJs. It's about life. You know what I mean? It's a variety podcast. I like to call it variety podcast. There we go. I would like to call that. And that's the idea I had for the show. And there's still people that I would love to get on the show. But the main part about this show, and the reason why it's not or didn't work, I believe one reason, it wasn't chemistry, it was recording. It was finding a place to record. Because, again, it's 2019 probably as you're watching this now. You gotta have video. You can't do a podcast without video. Like, I know people do it, but everything is so, visual now. So you need your visuals. If you're like me in school, I needed visual aids, right? You need visuals. So everything is HD video. That's why I had to change the camera. I had to invest in a camera. I didn't have a camera when we first started doing works in progress. I had to invest in this microphone right here, that I'm recording on. It's what is this? They call it the Blue Snowball or whatever. So, and it's good for what I'm doing now, So, you have to invest money to make money, and I didn't do this podcast to make money, but to be honest with you, I am looking for advertisers. Okay, I'm looking for sponsors, whatever. Always looking for that, but that's not the reason I'm doing this podcast. It's therapy for me also, and I do like to talk and interact with people. So I feel like, especially in this generation, just being able to kick it with my friends is very important, because we don't get a chance as a society to really do that anymore. I feel like this right here has handicapped a lot of us, but this is not a works in progress episode, even though you guys saw the intro. I just wanted to take a few minutes to discuss. I'm sorry, I'm watching Old School Raw, and they're having an evening gown match, and Jackie is anyway, so I can't even focus on this video. Anyway, I have to focus. Going forward, I do want to continue to do the show, but I don't know right now. I don't know if I can continue the show. I am not going to do the show all the time alone by myself. That's not what I had in mind for the show, and that's not what I'm going to do for the show. So we'll see where the future takes me, and hopefully you guys are all along for the ride. I will keep you guys posted, but like I said, I do have plans on continuing to do works in progress, but we'll see. Until next time, hit me up at DJ Mike EQ on Twitter. Hit me up on Instagram, Mike_EQ, and I will see you guys in 2019. You'll see me doing something. Like, even if it's not works in progress, I'll be a part of something.